Hello, and in this video, we are going to discuss about the strategy how to clear the prelims examination. Now, since the prelims is approaching, it is very important to know these techniques of how to clear the prelims examination. So, before I start with the presentation, let me introduce myself. I am Vasu Jain, and I started my preparation in August 2017, and since then, I have cleared all these examinations. Also, I would like to tell you that I am not an expert. This is just my opinion, the things which I have done in past, which have given fruits to me. So I will be sharing my strategy, the things which I have adopted in this presentation. Fine. So when I talk of prelims examination, the most important thing which I have developed or which I have found is the mock test. Mock tests are very important. So the uh, more the number of mock tests with good quality, with good time dedication you give, the better output you get. And in this, we would be seeing the mocks, the strategy, analysis, revision, all these things we would be going to see. Now, when I talk about the mock tests, we should know the why should we give mock test? What is the importance or relevance of mock tests? So I would say there are three basic purposes of giving mock test. The first being content, second strategy, and third pressure. When I talk of content, so any good mock test series, I will not take any name of any institute, but any good quality mock test series would have very good content. It will be ripe or full with the current affairs, static knowledge, and if you complete the whole series, almost uh, 90% of your revision would be done from that, right? So it is filled with content. If I may tell you this, like in my 2019 attempt, so I graduated in 2018, then I went on to do a job till for in, and I left that in January 2019. So I had only 3 to 4 months for prelims. It was in June 2. The prelims was in June 2. So I had only limited time, and I could not cover current affairs for that. So what I did was I completed the whole test series, and my current affairs were covered in the test series itself. So that's why I'm saying that mock tests are good source of content. I do not advise you to do the same. That was a gamble which I took, but I it is a sure thing that they are filled with content. Second is strategy, and this we are going to discuss in today's presentation. When you give mock test, you get to know how many numbers of question you should be attempting, time management you get to know, and also the type of question you would be going through. So a strategy is developed by giving mock test. So the more the number of mock tests you give, the refined strategy you can get. And then is pressure. Now this is a very important thing. When I say these things, they contribute 70% to your success. This alone, pressure on that day, those 2 hours, have a relevance of 30% in my analysis, in my opinion. So the better pressure you can handle, the pressure of the exam, the pressure of clearing it, the time pressure, the peer pressure, all these things, the better you can handle at least on those in that 2 hour slot, the the higher chance of getting a question right is there. So if you are not able to tackle that pressure, you can even answer a question which you know incorrectly. That way, this is very important. And when you give mock test, when you sit in that environment, you develop that ability to work under pressure, to deal with that pressure, right? So there are three basic things which I think mock test helps us in, right? So when I'm talking about attempting a mock test, there are certain things which I follow. The first is take test in one single sitting. So you sit at one place and then you complete the mock test. You do not do it in parts. So many people do, they will do 10 questions today, 15, 20, 15 tomorrow, that way. So that is also fine, but I would suggest my recommendation that do it in one single sitting. And when you're doing in one single sitting, come sit for complete 2 hours. Now this is very important. I've seen many students who would complete the test in 70 minutes, 80 minutes, 90 minutes, and then they will just leave the hall, the mock test, because in the final examination, you're not allowed to leave before 120 minutes. Now, what happens in this scenario is that you develop a habit of pacing your answer, of running through your answers, running through the questions. So in that, you generally can commit a mistake in analysis or understanding a question, in marking a question that are blunders. So these are certain mistakes which happen. And also the other 30 minutes which you save, they are of no use to you because you are not getting any bonus marks for saving extra time or saving the time. So rather develop a habit of sitting for 120 minutes complete and utilizing it. This is very important. I hope you are getting this point. So sit for complete 2 hours. Third is try doing the test in 3 readings. So first reading would be the short answers. Second would be wherein there are doubt between two options. And third would be taking the taking the taking your attempt to 95 plus categories. Now this is very subjective. We will be discussing about it in the later presentation. But I generally attempt 95, more than 95 questions. So this is the thing which I do, and you can also try the same. Finally, mark the answers in the OMR sheet itself. So many people do what they do is they will first mark the answer in the question paper, and then when they complete the question paper, then they will go to the OMR. That is also fine, but I feel there are certain drawbacks to it, like it takes time. Second, if there is one question which you marked incorrectly, for example, you left question number 20, and then for question number 21 you by mistake put that answer in the 20th slot itself. Then until and unless you realize that mistake, all the other questions would be incorrect for you because you would be marking 22 in 21, 23 in 22 in that way. That series completely get lost. That you lose that. So I would say do it like mark the answers on the OMR sheet itself. It has one more advantage. So when you are marking in the OMR sheet itself, you know you cannot change it. You cannot change the answer. So once you have marked that OMR, the answer is fixed. Now you cannot do anything about it. So you do not tend to go back on the answer. In that way, you save time, right? So generally what happens is that you have marked an answer in the booklet. You mark the answer in the booklet. Then before going to the OMR, like putting it in OMR, you would have a tendency एक बार पढ़ लेते हैं. Let's read it once. So that thing would be eliminated if you are doing it directly on the OMR sheet. Right. Now we will be discussing about strategies like how to start, how many questions to attempt. So I generally attempt more than 95. This is my strategy. I have devised it, and I will tell you how. In how many readings I do it in 3 readings, which I have discussed. Which all questions to leave. Now this is important, especially for the people who are targeting 95 plus questions. If you're targeting plus 95 questions, then you should know you need not leave any question. You have to attempt all the questions with the mindset that you are going to attempt it. You are going to answer it. Only those questions for which you have no idea, which are completely new to you, you can leave them. For example, if I ask you what is the capital of country Burkina Faso. You might know Burkina Faso is a country in Africa, but what is the capital? You are not aware of. The options are Timbuktu, Chinchponkli. Third could be Honolulu, and fourth could be none of these. Now, in this, if you have not heard these names, then there is no point of attempting this question because the names are not helping you anyway. Had the name been like Cape Verde, then you can even try to answer that question because Cape would be generally a sea area, seaward area, and Burkina Faso is a landlocked country. So you can try that, but in this case, none of the names are helping you. So in case you do not know these names, do not attempt it. But in case you know that Honolulu is in Hawaii and Timbuktu is in Mali, then you're left with only two options. Then I would say go and attempt it because now your probability of getting this question wrong has been reduced significantly. Now attempt this question. Although it would be a guess. You would be guessing this question, but your chances of getting it right are relatively better. Right. So this is my answer sheet. My answer sheet looks like this. So here I mark the answers A, B, C, D. these are the important things in my answer sheet, like which I think are very important. So I do in three readings. So this is first reading, second reading, and third reading. Or I will show a refined version of my answer sheet. These are the readings, first, second, third. So this is the attempt. In the first reading, I did 74, then 95, then 98. Time, okay. And then this is the score. 42 correct, 22 incorrect, 14, 7, 1, 1. So what happens, what I am getting by this segregation, that I am putting the answers according to my reading list, is that I know what is accuracy in all the three readings. So in case over a in case in some papers, say 5 6 papers, I see that my third reading is giving me negative marks. So had it been 3 1 3, then it would be a negative score, or it would be a zero score. Then I know that when I am attempting the third reading questions, I need to be careful, right? In case my first reading is not giving me good success ratio, then I know that my short questions need to be checked again. I need to be more, I need to gather more information. This is the first thing. Second is, this is the table in which why my questions are incorrect. So if my question number 8 is incorrect, why is it incorrect? So is it because of lack of knowledge or revision, or I did the wrong analysis of the question? I could not understand the question. Or blunder in the sense I marked, I did not read not in the question. The question was asking negative, I answered it positively. Excessive, I did not know the answer, but then also I tried attempting it. That Burkina Faso type example. And doubt, if I have a doubt in the question, and others. So this is how I check. And what it helps me in, I get to know where am I lacking. So in this test, it was a polity subject. I know that I need to do more of revision, right? If had it been more of excessive, then I need to know that my third reading need to be little under control. So in that way, I know where do I need to control myself, where do I need to improve myself. So this helps me with my improvement part, and then the static and current part to know where am I lacking. So this is how I analyze my answer sheet, right? Now I'm coming to the analysis part. So, and analyzing the answer sheet is very important, because and you should spend at least 3 hours. Well, if you're analyzing it comprehensively, it will take more, definitely, it will definitely take more than 3 hours. So I would say read explanation for the answers, because many times what people do is that they will just check A B C D whether it's right or wrong. They will not read the explanation, and they will calculate the final marks. Now, when you are doing this, there is a very high probability that you will not be coming back and reading explanation. You will just be satisfied with your marks, and you will not be reading it. And when you are doing this, your marks are not helping. The mock test is not helping you, because you do not know what questions are right for you, what are wrong for you. You do not know if your question is incorrect, why is it incorrect, right? So reading the explanation is very important. Your mock test is incomplete without this. And when you're reading explanation, it is very might not be true, might not be correct. So even with the flow, even with the they come to the same conclusion, but and get the correct answer. But will this help in the final exam? Question is this: will this help in the final exam? So the answer would be no. In that scenario, it is very important that you read explanation even for the correct answers, so that you know that your reasoning is also very correct, is very sound, and then analyze the guessed answers like we have done here. How are you doing to how are you doing the third reading questions? This. Fine. Now comes the important part, that is revision. And this is a part which most of us are very bored of. We do not do it because it's very boring, it does not have great output, and we feel like it's a waste of time. But believe me, this is the key to success. The more revision you do, the better output you get, the better you learn. because without revision, your memory will just erase that thing which you have read. So it is boring but effective. And dedicate, if you can do this, try to do it. Dedicate 1 week, 1 day per week for revision. This is a very good practice. What I do is, at the night before sleeping, I do the revision of the things which I've read. So in that way, daily revision I'm doing, and weekly I try to do it. And then I keep a track of my test papers in this format. So test number 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are test numbers. Correct, correct, incorrect, my score. Then where am I lacking? This is a type of sheet which I've made in Excel, and it gives me a track of my progress. So what am I performing? Where am I lacking behind? So I can have a holistic knowledge uh, about my capability, or about my uh, preparation for the exam, right? So with this, I hope I have this presentation, this video was helpful to you. And the final thing which I want to say is that believe in yourself. So this is a very important thing. If you believe in yourself, if you think you can do it, you will certainly do it. This is the most important tip which I want to give you. Believe in yourself. Don't panic. Don't fear. Because if you remember the Labasna song, that also says, fear not. रहो धर्म में धीर रहो कर्म में वीर रखो उन्नत शील डरो नाही. Right? So believe in yourself, do not fear, and if you have studied well, you will get a very good score. And just strategize your mock test performance. So I thank you for being with me. If you have any questions, you can email me here. And thank you. All the very best, and keep practicing. Bye bye.